Hey, nature fan. How are you? What am I doing? It is cold here. Hey, D-Man. Why is my brain not working today? I didn't know if I was going to be able to do live or not. My computer was being a little poo. Excuse me. And then I need... D-Man, how you doing this morning? I am working on the apple snail video. I should have it up for tomorrow. I need to wrap it up. It's a cool little animal. I'm glad you suggested it. We're going to give people a few more minutes to trickle in. Hi, I'm very cold, but otherwise okay. So if you've never been to one of these lives, let me tell you what it's about, because obviously we are not in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Obviously, we are not at a zoo or the aviary. But we are going to be talking about it. One of the things that's super important to me is not just the experience, but letting you know how much it's going to cost, maybe a little bit about what you're going to be doing, but also talking about the accessibility at the facility that we're talking about. So important to me. We are going to get started. All right, everyone. For today's Zoo to Do, excuse me, we're taking a virtual trip over to a place people think might be in DC, but as I already mentioned, it's actually in Pittsburgh, the National Aviary. Aviaries, if you don't know, house birds, but they may also house other stuff as well. If you want to feed a penguin or have a sloth paint you a masterpiece, you've got to know the rules. And before we break down these wild prices, and boy, they aren't joking, we are just a few subscribers away from our goal. 4 subscribers, to be honest. If you want more Insider Zoo tips, you're not really getting tips, by the way. Javier, I'm not even going to address that. D-Man, can you check that comment that just popped up and I don't know, give him a really long timeout? Don't ban him, but just time him out. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I accidentally hit. I hope I didn't hit show. Thank you, sir. I'm not even going to address that. We're going to be starting off with the first encounter. So all of these encounters you pay extra for. You're not really paying extra because I think at this particular facility, the price of admission is included in the cost for the encounter that you're going for. So a few things to keep in mind if you ever go is that none of these encounters are refundable. If you wish to reschedule, do so 7 days in advance. Same day registration, not a good idea. Anyone 17 and under must have a release form signed by the parents. And anybody 16 and under must be accompanied by an adult. Also, they are closed on Tuesday. So keep that in mind. So the first encounter is the Falcon encounter. It is daily at 1:30 every day but Tuesday. If you are a member, it is $66.60 per person. And for non-members, they are going to sock it to you. It is $74 per person. It does include price of admission. And it is for anybody ages 6 and above. And you do get to meet a falcon, maybe a few other birds, but a falcon, definitely. Penguin encounter. Daily from 10:15 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. That is true. And honestly, price of admission, and I'm going to get to that later, isn't that bad. It is 3:45 or 3, yeah. It is available from March 1st through November 15th. It's going to cost you $89.10 per person. And non-members, you're going to pay $99 per person. It includes price of admission for ages 12 and above. the program is weather dependent. So if the weather is bad, they may end up canceling. The aviary does provide rain pants, jackets, boots, and latex gloves. It is your job as a visitor to notify the zoo ahead of time if you have allergies. You have to wear socks. Seating is a portable chair. So there is a weight limit on those chairs. The program is limited to just 2 people. And if you are a single person who's wanting to do this program, there's a really good chance that you're going to have somebody else in there with you who's also participating in the program. You do get to hand feed the penguins. That's why you wear the gloves. It is, wait. Okay. So then there is a penguin encounter. And I think this one occurs inside. It is every day but Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. and then at 2:15 p.m. It is $48.60 for members. Non-members, it is $54 per person. It includes price of admission, and it is for ages 6 and above. Now, there is a sloth encounter. You can do this one or two ways. You can do it just a sloth encounter, or you can do it with painting, and we'll talk about the painting next. So the sloth encounter is every day at 9:30, but Tuesday. It is going to cost you $89.10 per person. For members and non-members, it is $99 per person. It does include admission. It is for ages 3 and up. You can hand feed as well as touch the sloth. Just remember, they have teeth. The sloth painting, it's going to be pricey. You're looking at $112.50 for members and $125 for non-members. It is every day at 12:30 p.m., but Tuesday. Again, admission is included. Ages 3 and up. Hand feeding and touch is included, plus a painting made by a sloth. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Interesting. Owl encounter. Every day, but Tuesday, at 10:30 a.m. Price for members is $66.60. Non-members, you're looking at $74 per person. Admission is included. Ages 6 and up. You get to hold an owl with a glove on. Remember, we aren't at the aviary today. We're just checking out their VIP list. If you could go to Pittsburgh for one of these, which one are you picking? So now, let's talk prices for admission, because it's not bad. It's really not. They do sort of get you in that the children's tickets are only two for ages 2 to 12. And senior tickets are for 60 plus. Adult tickets are $20.95. So if you have 3 teenagers who are 13 or above, they're going to be paying an adult ticket. Children are $17.95. Seniors are $18.95. And children under 2 are free. Now, there are some good news in this, and I will cover that in a bit. Parking is not free. It will cost you $7, and the lot closes at 5 o'clock. African penguins. I apologize for not saying that beforehand. When you buy your tickets online, they are going to give you a time to be at the zoo or at the aviary. Make sure you arrive at the zoo as close to the time that they give you as possible. That is your entry time. You do not have an exit time. You can stay. Yeah, they're a smaller penguin. They live pretty much in southern Africa. And they are endangered. So the zoo is not open on Tuesdays. The hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. One thing I love about this facility is it is designed to be inclusive. It's not just the birds. It's about making sure that every guest can get close to the magic. If you value accessibility in zoos or aquariums, hit that subscribe button and let's look at how they make this work for everybody. All the entrances and exits and the layouts are stroller and wheelchair friendly. They also have wheelchairs for loan, and they are first come, first serve. The way other facilities do it is you have to give them your driver's license, and they hold on to it until after your visit. There is accessible parking. Again, it is first come, first locations around the place. Accessible restrooms are available. In the garden room, there is a restroom with an adult changing table. And they also offer nursing rooms available if you ask staff for assistance. If you have hearing issues, you can get a printed script that helps identify the birds. I don't know if that's how this place does it or not, but they do it that way to make sure that you return the wheelchair. I don't know if this place does that or not. I just know that in some places that's how they do it. And at the end, I will look that up and see if I can find out. Yeah. Ask at the visitor service desk to get one of those printed scripts. Just make sure that you return it at the end of your visit because those belong to the aviary. Also, if you want to attend the theater, you can ask one of the ushers for an assistive listening device. Again, they are owned by the aviary. They're happy to let you use one as long as they have them. If you need vision help, all of the signage in the habitats has Braille. They also have large maps that are also available upon request from the visitor service desk. If you have sensory issues, they have noise canceling headphones and sensory backpacks. These items, again, are first come, first serve, and you can pick them up from the visitor service desk. There is also a sensory guide. I did not print that off. Sorry for that. And they also offer sensory friendly time from September to May. Those are days that you can go to the aviary. Volume is turned down, lights are toned down, and for a few hours it is open for people who need toned down sensory time. There is a phone number on the website under accessibility for you to register. You can't just go in and do that. Now, let's talk service animals, because that can get messy really quick. So, a lot of zoos in areas where the animals are open, like an aviary or a walkthrough exhibit, your animal is restricted from going into those areas. And the aviary is no different. In their tropical rainforest, wetlands, grassland, theater areas, interactive animal encounters, and canary call, your service animal cannot go into those areas. If your animal is not fully trained, or you cannot control it, you cannot bring it into the aviary. You are responsible for your animal, and this means cleaning up any feces or urine, as well as, and this is important, any damages or injuries caused by your dog or animal. So, very, very important. Now, if your service animal is excluded from the National Aviary or a portion of the aviary grounds, the aviary will make reasonable accommodations to permit you to continue your visits. They do not provide kenneling. So I don't know how they figure that out, but that's what they do. One final note, it is not an allergen-free facility. There are nuts being used to feed the animals, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you are a member of another AZA zoo or aquarium, you can show your card at the visitor service desk and get 50% off admission. So if you are a member of Zoo Miami and you're in Pittsburgh and you want to go to the aviary, show them your card from Miami and you can get in at 50%. If you were in the military or are in the military and you have your military ID, show that at the guest services desk, and you can get 10% off your admission. Now, we're going to play a game. It's called Spend My Money. I've got a $200 budget for a day at the National Aviary. Your job is to pick the best combo for me to do while staying grounded, meaning that we're not actually visiting the aviary. The menu. The sloth artist is $125, the penguin feeder is $99, and the raptor falcon or owl is $74. I want to do at least two things. How do I spend my $200 without going over? And for every new subscriber that we get in the next 5 minutes, I'll add an imaginary $10 to my budget. If we get 5 subs, my budget will hit $250, and that changes everything. So, how do we do this? Me neither. Tonight we are doing the Alwetter Zoo. I can tell you right now that this place has Andean condors, and I think there's stellar sea eagles. Those are the two things that I would say you have to see. Absolute, no question asked. If you go to the aviary, those are the exhibits you need to see. And that's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I think they have 2. And they also have, if you like roses, they also have a rose garden outside. Let's see. Oh, Condor Court is an outdoor habitat. With ample room to stretch their wings, rocky mountain ledges for perching, and almost 20 feet in the air and nesting cavities. It is home to 4 Andean condors, Chavin, and a baby that was hatched in 2022. There were 2 condors hatched at the aviary. It is also home to 2 bald eagles. as well as a barred owl and a tragopan, which I think is like a little pheasant type animal. Um, so yeah, they're really cool. Um, the aviary is made up of several different habitats: the wetlands, tropical rainforest, treetops, the Eagle Hall, Penguin Point, grasslands, condors, courts, and canaries' call. There is also on their website a peregrine falcon cam, as well as there's a window where you can peek in and see the baby birds in the hatchery. So you can access um any of the AZA zoos through AZA dot, I think it's .org. Um and some of them are really cool. The aviary is home to more than 500 birds. One of the fastest, yes. I don't know if I think peregrine falcons, yes. During their hunting dives, they can reach 240 miles per hour or 389 kilometers per hour. Yeah, they're quick. Um that is all I have. As always, you guys are more than welcome to stay and chat. I will not be going live on Saturday at all. I don't think they're posted. Um, but if they are, I will take them down. I am going to be filming a green screened interview. It should be really cool. We'll find out exactly um when it gets posted. Rachel, are you home? Yes, I am. This is Jim, okay? But life is good, guys. What can I say? We're a little quiet today, but that's okay. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen. If something happens and I think some of it is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's people that come in and they're not interested and so they leave, if it's bots or what it is. But hey, if they're in for 30 seconds, it counts as a view. So I'm not knocking it. Yeah, if you've seen some of the recent videos, I'm trying to make some adjustments for that. Um yeah, I don't know. That's okay. I like Midsummer Murder, or yeah, I like that show too. I don't know about anybody else, but I did not want to get out of bed today. Unpopular opinion, I know. I'm not a parent, so maybe I don't have a right to say this, but we really, really need to stop e learning. Well, I thought I had to go down and take care of the dogs. So I got up, got dressed, all of the important stuff, and walked down to find that there were people home and that I didn't need to go down. So that was my morning. And then Betsy didn't want to turn on. That was a fight. Yeah, but it got me up out of bed. I have an IMDb listing. Did you guys know that? Yes. I will show you in a second. This is the secret. This is the secret project. Um, oh, I wish. Um, but who knows? Um, I have to do. We are going to be filming tomorrow. Hopefully, if the storm isn't too bad. Um, that's why there won't be a live on Saturday. Probably. And again, new video post should hopefully be posted tomorrow or for tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get the video up for um yeah, I have no idea who Grace B is. Um the new video for the Spooky channel will also hopefully be up tomorrow. Maybe. But it's typed up, and there will be pictures with this one. It's really weird because the AI cannot make up pictures that show kids in distress. So it limits what I can do as far as that goes. Coming up, and because I don't think, do I have? If I don't do Saturday's live, I'm going to push it back to August. So you'll still get to see it. It just isn't going to happen right away. Other events coming up. And yes, there are some. There's some stuff coming up, as always. January, we have, for the rest of January, we have When Zoos Come to the Rescue. We'll be taking a look at animals at zoos that were rescues. Many of the bald eagles that you see at zoos are actually rescues. What if animals fought back? Things we do that we shouldn't do. Monthly roundup and a fun time of Would You Rather. February, we have Columbian mammoth, dwarf mammoth, cave bear, cave lion, and then we have some exotic foods, Pedak, and snake fruit, dead man's finger, and monkey orange. And then we have fruits and vegetable trivia. And then we're going to do, if you could grow anything in our giant greenhouse, what would you grow? And I know what I would have. I would have cinnamon trees. We have a learn to care, subscriber only events. Buddha's hand. I don't know. Whoops. Yeah, it's a citrus. No, not yet. I have no idea what that is. So we, as you know, we are adding stuff in every once in a while. And I'm excited for those. I don't know if we have anything in February that we added in. Animals. Oh, yeah. So we're going to start doing urban wildlife and coexistence. And some of those are going to be things that they're more topics rather than talking about actual animals. But we are going to be talking about, the first one will be February 13th, and it's just going to be talking about the animals that are the cream of the crop in living with people. It's a really, that Buddha's hand, D-Man, is a really unique fruit. It looks like an octopus. It's not the craziest looking thing, necessarily, but it is unique. Um, yes, I have. I don't know if it's good. But yeah, we will be taking a look at two exhibits in February that I'm honestly excited for. It is the Congo Gorilla Forest and the. Are you guys there? I got disconnected. We are going to be doing a science experiment in March, or in February. I'm sorry. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something. In March, we'll be doing Madagascar Forest at the Chester Zoo, as well as the Madagascar at the Bronx Zoo. We'll also be doing Arctic Passage and Tundra Trek. Missed the other one. Which other one? Oh, I gotcha. Uh, we'll be doing another thing. Well, maybe. No, I want to do. So I have some work to do. Oh, Pongoland at Zoo Leipzig. Leipzig? I don't know, something like that. In our series on ethnobotany in March, we're going to be talking about weird things that plants were used for that have nothing to do with medicine. Like, I don't know, mountain ash is what we call it here in the United States. It was planted at homes in the UK to keep evil things away. we'll be talking about dyes from that you could use from plants. In April, we will be doing ichthyosaur and mosasaurus, postosuchus and paposaurus. I'm doing the ones that I'm really excited for. In April, we are doing long bean and winged beans, as well as bitter melon and fenugreek. We will also be covering thunderstorms and tornadoes. A zoo to do, monthly roundup. I don't know. I might have. You mean for lives or for videos? See, here's my thing is I can't access a list of my actual list of the extended lives because it's just too long. But I did add some stuff that I think you in particular might like, D-Man. Yeah, I told you about in June we're doing Edmund's walrus, Florida dugong, the North American false gharial, and Apachesaurus, which I found out is not a dinosaur, oddly enough. We are going to be doing a trivia night in July. And July 7th, we are doing something really crazy. And we're going to be doing Destination Roulette. Yeah. And then we have a really cool habitat focus coming up in July. It's going to be pelagic zone and the abyssal plains, as well as the euphotic zone and the twilight zone. And I do like that idea, D-Man. We will be doing Human History and Nature, the Silk Road. We're going to be doing some hot topics. Yeah, it's basically where there's no light. It's basically a zone in the ocean where there's no light. The twilight zone. In July, I have 4 different species that I believe are fish. I know one of them is a shark. So that's coming up in July. No, I will keep it in a file and use it later. I'm not going to do it tonight. We will be doing Florida Mission Everglades and another exhibit from Australia. And it's almost time for me to do August. I know already we're going to be covering the Phoenix Zoo and the Auckland Zoo for a zoo to do, and an urban wildlife and coexistence. Virginia possum and striped skunk. So that is stuff that I'm looking forward to. I am gonna probably I know I have a fish thing. Let me walk away from the computer for a second. I will be right back. Ooh, cool. Is that still posted on your channel? I thought I added in. Oh, well, I thought I did. Definitely do, D-Man. Um, Remember, if you want me to identify something for you, you can upload that into the community page on YouTube. My goal for the next 2 weeks is to be in bed by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest, so that I can get up at 8:30. I know I'm planning on doing a garden week where I think it's going to be like a bunch of history of food type stuff. But I don't know if I've done. I do want to do a spider week. Yeah, but I can't do that. I like doing things that I know nothing about. Because I like learning about new things. Yeah, I in my 20s I could do that, but not now. And tomorrow's going to be a long day. We are going to be doing um a day of filming on the street. And that's going to be one of the episodes you'll be able to see. Um and I'd like to keep doing that. I'd like to make that a thing. Hey guys, I have a question. If you could ask Bigfoot any question, what would you ask? And I'm being serious. If you could ask Bigfoot any question, what would you ask? Hold on, guys. I can't see the screen. When you say how big is your family, do you mean like how many species, or do they have large family units? Yeah, you're right. There were several species of Gigantopithecus. Or at least there were several large ape-like creatures. So there were at least three. There was Gigantopithecus blacki. Maybe I should do it like this. This is the one that's widely known. That's the one that is most widely known, and they were in China. So it could they have crossed over the Bering Land Strait? I don't know. They were found in southern China. So maybe not. But it's funny, they've only found partial mandibles and teeth. So we know these animals were alive, but we've never found any skeletal evidence. I don't know if it's scary or if it's just one of those mysteries. Um, Now, that species that I posted 10 feet, and if you think of the Bigfoot sightings, it's right about that height, pretty much. How so, nature fan? So I heard something really interesting the other night. They were talking about the link between the wolf and the domestic dog. And believe it or not, there is evidence to suggest that over time, the brain case of a wolf and a domestic dog, somewhere in time, those skull cases actually got smaller. They didn't need all of the gray matter that would be involved in hunting and all of the things that they need to know in order to hunt. The sensory information. Oh yeah. Weren't needed. And so because of that, they shrink as they entered into human care. Yes, that is true. Yep. Although, if we encounter the wrong animals, because we sometimes do that, we sometimes think, oh, we need this and we need that. I learned that some of these introduce apple snails can carry some quite deadly parasites. Should not be handling them without gloves. I found that out. I didn't cover it in my preparations, but there's getting back to Gigantopithecus. They would have stood around 9.8 feet, give or take, and would have weighed between 441 pounds to 661 pounds. And there was another one called Gigantopithecus gigantus, and it is in its own genus called Endopithecus. But there's also Gigantopithecus bila spur ensis. So kind of cool. Anyway, guys, we have been on for an hour and 21 minutes. I think it's time to say goodbye. I love y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one, which is at 6 p.m., hopefully tonight. If you are in the way of this large storm that is moving across the country, be safe. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.